Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is Gratitude Day. I am going to get this shared into my Becoming Unlimited Facebook group, and then we're going to get started talking about some gratitude because we talk about gratitude every Wednesday on the Daily Drive. It is so important for helping you stay in control of changing your mindset and doing the things to just flip that mindset and keep yourself in control. So y'all say hey when you get on. I have my last pair of ears to show y'all. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that we've gone through all of my ears. So if you're new here to the Daily Drive, I recently got LASIK surgery, and by recently it was like April, so maybe it's not that recent anymore. But I got LASIK surgery to get my eyes fixed, and one of the reasons that I did that is because when I started to collect Mickey ears, which I love, I realized that it was super uncomfortable to wear them with glasses. And so I had all of these ears that we have hanging in the border around our living room, and I've just been showing them all to you because I can comfortably wear them since I crossed that goal off my dream board of getting LASIK. And so this is the last pair of headband ears that I have to show you. We do have a couple of pairs that are like the hat kind, but I don't like those and don't wear those as much, so most of my ears are the headband kind. So this is the last pair of the headband kind of ears that I have to show you until I get some more. And so obviously these are some wedding related ears. These are, let's see, I can't say one of the first pair of ears I got. We got married in 2016, and I got these, I guess, sometime after we got engaged. We got engaged at Disney in 2015 when we were on a trip for my sister-in-law. My husband's sister was getting married, and so we went down and spent a week in the parks and hanging out with family and stuff, and that's when my husband decided to propose to me while we were down there at the beginning of the week before the wedding. And so we went to meet. It was a super rainy day in the park. We had wanted to get up early and catch the welcome show. They used to, it's a different welcome show now, but at Disney World in Florida, they used to bring all of the characters out, like outside, like where you go into the gates and all of that. There's a train station that's like up high, and so they would bring all of the characters out and sing a welcome song in the morning before the park opens, and that was kind of like the way to open the park. And so we hadn't been able to catch that, and so we got up this one particular day early enough to get on the buses and go catch that welcome show because I wanted to see it. And we got there and it was like pouring down rain, and so they didn't do the welcome show. They just kind of like played the song because the characters couldn't, come out in their costumes when it was like pouring down rain. So we stopped in one of the little shops that's out front and got us some ponchos because, if you're a true diehard Disney fan, the rain doesn't keep you from going to the parks, right? Now we have some cute pictures of us like catching rain on our tongues in our Disney ponchos. But anyway, the welcome show didn't happen. We grabbed our ponchos and went into the parks, and my husband already knew that he was going to propose to me that day, but he had a little bit of a different vision and was going to propose to me around the castle area. But since it was raining, we decided to do some things to, get out of the rain for a little bit. So we went to Princess Fairy Tale Hall, and we got ready, got in line. The line for that is mostly inside, so we were covered a little bit. And at that point, I don't know who's in Princess Fairy Tale Hall right now, but when we got engaged, Cinderella and Rapunzel were who you met in Princess Fairy Tale Hall. And so we got in line to meet them. We got all the way up to being the next people in line, and I was super excited just to meet Cinderella because Cinderella is like one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. And so I was excited just to meet Cinderella. I didn't realize that my husband already had the ring box in his pocket, and since it was raining, he decided to just go ahead and do it inside while we were meeting Cinderella. So he made eye contact with the photographer and flashed the ring box so they were on the same page, and then we took a bunch of pictures with Cinderella, some, cute and whatever, and then before we were getting ready to wrap it up, he said, well, wait a second, and he got down on one knee, and he asked me to marry him. I gave him the wrong hand because I was like, what in the world is happening right now? So I'm giving him this hand, and we're standing there, and we have a picture of it, of course. We have a real cute picture of Cinderella, like, being super surprised. But he got down on one knee and asked me to marry him while we were meeting Cinderella. So, hello, perfect, like, Disney fairy tale, right? And I didn't realize at the time because I was so shocked, but he told me afterwards that he was so nervous that, like, his, you know, he was just, like, muff mouth and everything. And what he tried to say was, tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? Will you marry me? But all I got was the marry me and, you know, and then crying and pictures and all of that. And so we, you know, got a bunch of pictures with Cinderella, and of course Rapunzel was over there waiting for us and had seen what all happened. So we took a bunch of pictures with Rapunzel, and then we went and had one of the most awesome days in the parks that we, to this date, have ever had. Once you put on things like this at Disney or get your little button that says that you're just engaged and you wear that around, all kinds of magic starts to happen. The cast members look for things like that so that they can give you a little bit of extra magic in your day. And so since we went straight to customer service to get our just engaged buttons after we left Cinderella. Well, we called family first and told them while we were walking to get our buttons. And then while we were walking back, we were approached by the Dapper Dans, which if you are a Disney fanatic, the Dapper Dans are an a cappella 4-man singing group. And they just, you know, walk around Disney and do little songs here and there just to kind of break up the day, give you some entertainment while you're walking around, right? And so they saw our just engaged buttons, and they asked my husband if he wanted to come sing a song with them. So we also have some really great pictures of him literally singing to me with the Dapper Dans at Disney, and it was just a great day. And so these ears always remind me of all of that fun, all of the memories that we have from that week at Disney and that day that we got engaged. And so these I kept for last because they're one of my favorite pairs, and we've had them hanging up for so long that I had to clean this recently. It was getting a little yellowy, and so I cleaned it up. But these are some of my favorite ears. I love wearing them. I love playing with them. I feel like I'm like a nun or something. But that's the story of our engagement. We got engaged in 2016 at Disney, and then we had a Disney themed, we got engaged in 2015 at Disney, and then in 2016 we had a Disney themed wedding, and we went to Disney for our honeymoon, and we get to go usually every Christmas. The shutdown and the pandemic kind of ruined that a little bit, but we get to go down for Thanksgiving this year, and so we're super excited. So these are the last ears that I have to show you. We've gone through all of my ears, so let me know what other Disney related things y'all might want to see while I'm doing the daily drive. We've got popcorn buckets, we've got Zoom Zooms, we've got figures. We were into the Disney Infinity, and so we have like all the Disney Infinity things. We've got a Funko collection, backpacks. So these are the last pair of ears, so let me know if you want to see more Disney things, or we'll just go back to the regular daily drive. But anyway, these are the ears for today. This is actually maybe only like the third time I've even worn them. That's why I'm just like playing with them so much, because I love this part. But anyway, that's these ears. They are very special to me, one of my favorite pairs. We're gonna get to gratitude today because that's why we're here on the Daily Drive on Wednesday. Gratitude is one of the things that I learned is most important for shifting your brain chemistry, and that's why it is one of the 3 main parts of the Daily Drive. This bottom part is just notes for tomorrow, so that's not really one of the main things, but these 3 top parts, your intentional thought, your goals, or your map for the day, and your gratitude are the things that I learned are most important. And gratitude, in fact, is so important that we talk about it every Wednesday on the Daily Drive, and I talk about it a lot. It's one of my go-tos for changing my mindset. It's one of the things that I use to help me fall asleep at night, to help me settle down if I want to take a nap, to help me ease panic while I'm driving. I use gratitude all throughout the day to shift my mindset and to build up my resilience kind of in advance. Because if you're already thinking about gratitude when you start your day, then you're already starting your day off on a better foot. And that's because when you think about gratitude, when you do a gratitude practice, when you journal gratitude, when you tell someone why you're thankful for them, when you express gratitude towards yourself and your body, when you are just in a state of thinking about gratitude and thinking about the things around you to be grateful for, you're releasing chemicals and hormones into your body that are associated with the feelings of calm, the feelings of bliss, and the feelings of joy. So just by thinking about gratitude, you're bringing those chemicals up to the front in your body. And what that's going to do is just allow you to handle things differently. It's going to allow you to be calmer throughout the day. It's going to allow you to get to sleep easier and rest more when you're thinking about gratitude before bed instead of all the things you have to do tomorrow or whatever, right? It's just going to help you maneuver through the day a little bit easier than maybe you normally would, right? And so what I want to talk about today, and I'm going to do this kind of quick, but what I want to talk about today, if you have followed me, if we're friends on Facebook, if you look at my stories, if you've seen my posts over the last few days, I have anxiety, and anxiety often is paired with depression. And a lot of times it is hard to shift out of that depression headspace. And I was feeling it kind of brewing over the weekend, and I was doing things to kind of push it back. But when you push things down for so long, when you brush it under the rug for so long, when you don't do things to take care of yourself, like when you don't take the right steps for so long, it might not always matter what you can do or how much of it you can do. You're just already depleted, and there's just already nowhere else for anything to go. And so sometimes it's super, super, super hard to get out of that state of depression. And on Monday, I just woke up. One of the things that's been going on with me lately is that I haven't been sleeping very well. And I've noticed while driving a few times, even to places that are close by, like my parents' house or my gym or the park, I've noticed that like I'm just tired and I'm zoning out, and I'll like come back and be like, oh, where am I? What am I doing? Or I'm like dozing off while I'm sleeping or while I'm driving because I'm just so tired. And so that then has now uncovered this whole new layer of like panic and anxiety that I'm working through because I don't want to drive. When something comes up that I have to go drive to do, I start to panic because I just start to worry about what if I'm too tired? What if something happens while I'm driving? What if I'm so tired that I don't react to something in time or whatever? And so the combination of not getting enough sleep and being tired and then noticing that I'm, falling asleep sometimes while driving or I'm zoning out while driving, it's scary. I don't want to, end up 10 minutes down the road and not remember how I got there because I was just so zoned out because I'm so tired, right? It's scary. And so it's just uncovered new layers of anxiety. I already had a little bit of anxiety related to driving because I've been in car accidents. Other people drive crazy. I see, people cutting people off and whatever. And so there's already a little bit of anxiety related to driving. And now that this like extra layer has been added to it, it's just kind of gotten a little like it's all added up and boiling over, right? And so Mondays are my day to get the house cleaned back up after the weekend, to rest if I need to. Mondays are kind of no expectation days for me. It's things that I need to get the week started out right or, whatever. And I just woke up Monday just feeling sad and depressed. I just woke up feeling like I was out of control. I couldn't do anything about it. It was already boiling over, and usually I can stay in control of that because, again, I use my intentional thinking, I use my goals, and I use my gratitude. But for some reason on Monday, it was just all too much. And I literally spent probably the majority of Monday like sitting on the couch crying. I do try to do little things to at least stay a little productive, like flip the dishwasher or make the bed, or yesterday the only time I went outside was to go down to the end of the street and get the trash can and the recycle bin and bring them back up, right? But that's something little that's still productive that I could do. So the depression was just on high on Monday. You probably saw my post about it. I do want to give you a disclaimer and say that I am here and I'm not going anywhere. I don't have thoughts of wanting to end myself. I'm too chicken for that. So, disclaimer, yes, I say that I'm depressed and I don't want to exist, but it's like a blah feeling, right? I'm not gonna, go to sleep and not wake up or whatever, right? So I'm fine now. Everything is getting back to normal, but I was just overwhelmed with the depression on Monday. I just spent like all day crying. I was just feeling like I just wanted to get in bed and go to sleep and not exist for that day and whatever. It just was all there, right? And I was depressed. I appreciate all of the support, the love that I got. But what I want to talk to you about gratitude-wise is that one of the things that happens to me after I have had a day where I've been depressed or the anxiety has been a little bit higher and I maybe haven't gotten as much done as I wanted to get done, because again, I talk about letting go of those expectations, but that's hard, right? We still put expectations on ourselves, right? So my expectation for Monday is that, the house needs to be clean and I need to do all of these things, but like I was depressed and just laid on the couch. And so Tuesday comes and Wednesday comes and I'm like, gosh, I didn't get anything done. Like I just laid on the couch all day. It was a waste of time. And so I start to beat myself up for having that moment of depression and having it be sort of an extended moment of depression, right? Because I'm usually in control to the point where I can flip my switch as soon as I realize it, right? But on Monday, I knew that I was thinking these things and I knew that I was being sad, but the things that I was trying to do just weren't working to flip my mindset. And so I just let the emotion be there and I just let Monday be a sad day where I cried. But then, like I was saying, I end up like beating myself up for not getting anything done, for wasting a day, for laying all day. I start to beat myself up for, what to do to change your mood. Like, why aren't you doing it? Like, that you can get up and exercise and get some good chemicals flowing. That you can get up and, do something to, and then that adds another layer of frustration to it because I'm depressed and I know what to do, but it's just not happening, right? And so I'm beating myself up. I'm telling myself that like Monday was a waste, but that doesn't do anything but further that cycle of depression that you might already be in. So what I work on doing, if I can't, or if I'm not able, or I don't have the strength to flip that depression in the moment, when I feel myself beating myself up for it later, that's when I remember to think about gratitude. So when my mind starts telling me that I wasted all this time by being depressed, I wasted all this time laying around, I wasted all this time, I didn't get anything done. When my mind starts telling me that and I become aware of it, I then flip that to find the gratitude throughout the day of what I can be thankful for, what happened on Monday that I can be thankful for. I'm thankful that I got to rest. I'm thankful that I got some emotions out that needed to be out. I'm thankful that I got some stuff cleaned up around my house. I'm thankful that I took an extended period of getting my emotions back in check. So instead of beating myself up for being depressed, because it happens. It happens. It's just one of those things that we go through life. And yes, we can create happiness. Yes, we can do all of these things. But sometimes it's just hard, right? And so when my mind starts telling me that I wasted all this time being depressed and laying around and resting and whatever, I flip that to find and pinpoint what to be grateful for throughout that time. So even though I was sad and depressed on Monday and laid around most of the day, I'm grateful that I got to rest. I'm grateful that I got some house cleaning done around here. I'm grateful that I have a support system that reached out to me and showed me so much love and acceptance and positive thoughts. And so I remember what to be grateful for instead of beating myself up for it. So sometimes the depression hits and it's hard to shake it. And that's not something that you have to beat yourself up for. It happens. It happens to the best of the best. It's just one of those parts of life that happens sometimes. And the more you beat yourself up for it, the more you don't get past it, the more you continue to let those emotions be in control. I'm still in control of all of my emotions, even while I'm feeling them and crying. I am still in control of what is happening while I'm depressed. But it's just a little harder. And so after the fact, when I then want to extend the depression, right? Because that's just an extension of how I felt on Monday, beating myself up for not getting anything done. Instead of extending that, I switch that to gratitude. So when you have a time in your life where it's harder to get out of your mind, you are more depressed than normal, you didn't really get anything done throughout the day because you rested more than normal. When you have one of those seasons in your life, the gratitude reminder that I want you to have for today is don't beat yourself up further for it. Find things to be grateful for. What releases those chemicals into your body is the intentional act of doing that. So intentionally find things to be grateful for. And I have even sat down with a journal and a pen and written down every single thing I did throughout the day so that I can make it a point to be grateful for it. Because I'm grateful that I got a little bit of extra rest. I haven't been sleeping a lot lately. So I'm grateful that I got a little bit of extra rest on Monday. I'm grateful that I discovered a whole support system of literally hundreds of people that want me to know that they value me. I'm grateful that I can be vulnerable about my anxiety and my mental health so that I can help someone else somewhere. I'm grateful that I'm still alive, that I can do all of these things. I'm grateful that I have family, that I have a husband. So when I want to continue the depression by beating myself up after the fact for like wasting a day, right? I switch that to gratitude and intentionally find what to be grateful for. One of the things that helps me do that, which I share with y'all, is my gratitude silos. And what is a silo? It's just a storage vessel. It's a tank that you fill up. You're storing something so that you can use it later. And so I use these gratitude silos to fill up specific areas of my life to remember to be grateful for specific areas. So I might get this out like once a week and fill up a specific area in each gratitude silo. So then when I'm having a day of depression, I can go back and look at this and remember everything that I'm grateful for about myself. Because maybe I'm depressed because I've slipped back into comparing myself to someone else. So I can go back and look at my silo and remember everything that I'm grateful for about myself. So this is also one of my favorite tools to use to just fill up that gratitude cup. But y'all, you have to remember, you get to remember that gratitude literally and physically changes the chemical makeup of your brain by releasing those hormones and chemicals into your body that are associated with the feelings of joy, the feelings of bliss, and the feelings of calm. So if you are constantly making gratitude an everyday, all the time, every second practice, you're setting your body up to be ready to handle life because you've already got all those chemicals going because you're intentionally bringing it in to begin with, right? So you can use gratitude to set your day up. You can use gratitude to change your mind when something's happened. You can use gratitude to flip your perspective. You can use gratitude to help you calm down and get to sleep. When I'm ready to really roll over and go to sleep, my mind starts thinking, I am grateful, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, until I fall asleep. And if I feel my mind drifting into another thought, I just bring it back to what I'm grateful for. Even if I'm repeating the same things, it doesn't matter. The importance is the release of those chemicals, and a gratitude practice is what does that. So when you intentionally do that, you're intentionally setting yourself up for chemical success. You're setting yourself up to handle things in a better way. I use gratitude all throughout the day to shift my mindset, to get me up off the couch, to allow me to drive somewhere that I need to go, to allow me to finish jewelry or something that I need to work on. I use gratitude to change my mindset all throughout the day. Some days it's harder than others, and so instead of beating myself up after the fact, I intentionally go back and look for what I can be grateful for throughout that day. So I sat down and picked out what I could have been grateful for on Monday, even though I was depressed and cried and laid down all day. But I still got things done. I still rested. I still unlimited my mind a little bit more because I use gratitude to stay in control of that. I love y'all so much for being here. I drop this in the comments every time so you can get this free resource. I also have a few 30-day packs left of this printed in black and white. My hope for this is to be like one of those tear-off calendars where you can have a new daily drive every day, fill it out, get your mind intentionally started on the right foot. You can grab a 30-day pack of this in black and white so you can have your own tear-off, fill it out every day. $5 donation on Venmo just to help me with paper and ink and postage. Again, this is a free resource that you can get, but if you want me to print a 30-day pack for you, send me $5 on Venmo and I will send this out to you. I am super excited and super extra grateful today because we have another meeting of our Becoming Unlimited support group. When I was first uncovering what anxiety was back in 2010 and had no idea what I was getting myself into, one of the things that I wished was available was just a simple support group, just a simple place where I could go and connect with people that are going through the same thing, learn from people, do things together to kind of get back in control, like AA, but for mental health, right? And so we've started that. Becoming Unlimited has a support group that we started a couple months ago. We've got a meeting today, so I'm super grateful for that. I'll drop that info in the comments when I get off of here. You can join us in person in downtown Richmond, or you can watch live on our Becoming Unlimited Facebook group. If you come in person, you do not have to be live with us. That's just myself and my friend Ashley that facilitates with me, my best friend. You do not have to be live with us. That's just us. You can come in person and talk with us off camera and all of that. So support group is meeting today at noon, downtown Richmond, or you can catch it live in my Becoming Unlimited Facebook group. Do me a favor and check out dailydrivecoaching.com. Scroll all the way down and put your email address in where it says subscribe, hit submit, and then you will get all kinds of content from me, daily blog posts, videos, whatever I feel like putting out. If you are not part of my Becoming Unlimited Facebook group, let me know, or just search Becoming Unlimited. It is not a sales platform or anything like that. It is just a free community of support where you get these daily drives, plus a little bit more info about unlimiting your thought processes, plus just a community of support where we laugh, we cry, we talk about things, we're vulnerable together, we connect, and we work through our mental health together, because you're not in this alone. If you are watching this on YouTube, do me a favor and hit subscribe and turn on notifications. And in fact, turn on notifications for all of my social media, because I will never ask for any fee for what I do here on social media. You can see everything that I offer on dailydrivecoaching.com. All I ask is that you help me spread mental health awareness and continue to break the stigma of mental health by sharing my content, tagging a friend, liking, commenting, engaging with me, subscribing to all the things. It helps me out more than you know. just leaving a simple comment. So I appreciate every single one of you. One of the things that I do often to show gratitude is my joy jar. And today I'm grateful for social media because I am grateful for the connections that I've had with you all through social media. I am grateful for the information that you can find on social media if you look at the right things. I'm grateful for the openness that's there on social media. When I was younger, before social media happened, there wasn't really a safe place where you could be yourself fully. And you can do that on social media. You can be yourself and you can share your message. And so I'm grateful for social media, for everything it brings, even for some of the crappy stuff, but we can ignore that. But more importantly, I'm grateful for social media because of the circle that it has brought into my life. Most of my friends are social media friends, but we're still there for each other. And I love that because you can connect with people all over the place. So I am grateful for y'all, every single person that watches and connects with me, even the lurkers that don't ever comment. I'm grateful for all of y'all. Remember, you can use gratitude anytime you choose to flip your mindset. But if you're having one of those days that's a little bit harder and the depression kind of takes over and the next day you start to feel like you need to beat yourself up over wasting a day, pause that, turn it off, start thinking and pinpointing what you can be grateful for throughout that day. There are still things that you can be grateful for, even if you feel like your day has been a waste. So intentionally look for that and intentionally release that gratitude into your body. It will help you in so many ways. I love y'all so much. Don't forget to check out dailydrivecoaching.com. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to all of the things. And just remember, gratitude releases those chemicals into your body. So the more you intentionally practice it, the more you will handle life's situations a little bit easier. Don't beat yourself up when you've had moments of extended depression or rest. Instead, find what you can be grateful for during that moment and pinpoint the gratitude. Don't continue the cycle of beating yourself up. Continue the cycle of releasing happy hormones into your body with gratitude. So don't beat yourself up for depression. Intentionally find what you can be grateful for throughout the day or the moment that you may have had. For me, it was Monday. So I love y'all for being here. Always use gratitude. Check out dailydrivecoaching.com. Let me know what else you want to see since these are my last ears. And always use gratitude to flip your mindset. I love y'all. I will see you soon.